Hello, fam. Welcome back. So this is interesting now that it's been probably about 24 hours, less than 24 hours since I posted this video right here, logging Russian IPs from Paul Joseph Watson's Twitter account. So I just got a comment actually from an actual one of those Russian IPs. So you can see him here or her. I'm guessing it's a him now. You'll see why in a second. At 2:54 to 2:55 a.m. on this video right here that I've been spamming to Paul Joseph Watson's Twitter account. I'll show you real quick. Okay, never mind that. So here we go. Remember the time. Make sure to note it. 2:54 to 2:55 a.m. Okay, so there's that Russian account, and here's what that Russian said. How was that good video? Okay, I will agree with him on that. It's definitely not a high quality video because I didn't put much editing into it, and I just wanted to get my words and my thoughts out onto video as soon as I possibly could while the video was still fresh. So he says, "Oh, well, 2 Russians followed your account. So what?" Good point. It's actually up to 4 now, but let's see. So the Russian guy, what does he like? He's got subscriptions to Vsauce. Don't know that. Learn English for free. I admire him for trying. I can't really give him shit for that social distortion. But right here, wrecked feminist. That'll give it away too right there. So clearly, the Russian mindset, the Russian mentality under Putin, specifically under Putin, I don't want to blame the Russians too much. They're just not used to having democracy. The end of the Cold War, the fall of the Berlin Wall was really not that long ago, less than 30 years ago. So their idea of democracy is little to non-existent. So they buy into Putin's propaganda, the strongman mentality, the great leader who, why should we pay attention to what's happening in the news? I'll just take what he gives me. I'll believe what he says. I don't want to know. That's the Russian mindset. They refer to news as bullshit, and Putin's cultivated this nationalistic mindset that is so hostile to foreign ideas, particularly to multiculturalism, because Russia is not an ethnically homogenous state. It's a very, very large country by geography, and so because of that, it does include a lot of a diverse amount of people. In particular, there are Muslims, a lot of Muslims that live in Russia, particularly in the North Caucasus, where Russia and the states that used to be a part of the Greater Soviet Union are right now. And so under Putin, he wants to restore the geographical power of the Soviet Union, to restore the land of the Soviet Union that was lost after the Cold War ended. And a lot of those states broke off and became independent. And in the case of Yugoslavia, it descended into an ethnic war with sparks of genocide in between. But yeah, it's really important though that people understand that the mindset that Infowars and Alex Jones are selling you is the one that Putin sells to his own people. The idea that sort of nihilistic, as you can see here, heroin and oil, Russian army song that this guy Stan uploaded himself. You can see right here, Russian army in Ukraine. So the funny thing is about Russian propaganda is that for the longest time they deny that there are Russians in Ukraine. They've been saying that these are separatists. These are Ukrainians fighting for a separate state. And indeed, there are Ukrainians who want to fight for a separate state. However, the main force supporting them is the Russian army, and so Russians themselves know this. They know this is a fact. They know that what Putin's saying, that there's not Russians in Ukraine, is complete bullshit. and they know that. And so you can see real quick from his videos that he posts and likes that there's a great deal of honor and pride to get out of uh, the aggressive war in Ukraine. As you can see, there's their nationalistic mindsets that Putin's cultivating them, which the countries, of course, are nationalistic. People, there are nationalists in all countries. Of course, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. Where it does become wrong is when he cultivates a mindset that is so nationalistic that they believe that they have the right to take countries, land away from other people. That's the problem. Is that nationalism is okay. It's not. It's not implicitly wrong. It's just that you have to make sure you have a leader in a society which wields that nationalism in a respectful and reserved way, and isn't willing to use that for aggressive purposes. So anyway, that's just a little something I wanted to point out here, that actually one of those Russians not only followed my link, but then later posts a comment on that link that allows me to actually view a little bit into their mindset, into what they believe, and kind of show you that InfoWars and Paul Joseph Watson are pushing the same Russian mindset and nationalism to Americans, and well, not to just Americans, but Westerners in NATO countries. The same mindset that Putin has pushed onto his own people. This increasingly genocidal nationalistic state. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and I'll talk to you soon.